So I've been seeing this trend on like Twitter and Instagram lately. Spend $15, spend $20, whatever amount of money it is, but you're spending a certain amount of money and you have to create a player or build a team based on that budget. They categorize all the players by different values. I mean, it looks like this. So I figured for today's video, I would go ahead and create my player based on this Bleacher Report graphic, spending $15 and using this exact criteria that they have listed. So the 5 categories are going to be hitting, power, fielding, speed, and arm. You've got $5 all the way down to 1. It's got different players in each category, and of course you're getting their one and only tool in each category. So if you pick Mike Trout for $5 in hitting, you're not getting Trout's power, his arm, his speed. You are strictly just getting his hitting. I figured that this is a different kind of video to try out on the channel. You guys can even make these for me if you want and give them a shot, so send them to me on Twitter and Instagram, GiraffeNeckMarc, links in description. If you like this kind of content, the best way to show me that you want to see more of it is to leave a like on the video, as well as subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out if we do upload another version of this. I know you guys want some KBO videos. They will be coming out. I just don't have 2 screens to use right now, so I'm waiting on a cable, but KBO videos coming later this week. So let's start off by taking a look at the hitting category. At $5, we've got Mike Trout, $4 Christian Yelich, $3 Alex Bregman, $2 Anthony Rendon, and $1 Juan Soto. Now, right off the bat here, Juan Soto at $1 is jumping out to me. Juan Soto is an absolutely elite hitter in baseball. Hits for a good average, which is what I'm assuming that they're taking into account for hitting here, because of course power is a different category, but hitting for me is also going to encompass their eye, their ability to get on base, and Juan Soto is absolutely elite at all of that. Now, it just so happens that the other 4 guys ahead of him are also very, very good at that. Mike Trout, best player in baseball, you know, hits right around 300 every year, on base percentage above 400. The best player in baseball. I mean, there really isn't much else to explain with him. Christian Yelich has come on as of late to show that he is one of the best hitters in the league as well. A left-handed power bat, hits for average, gets on base. Probably the number 1 or 2 best average hitter on this list. Alex Bregman, not really going to be my pick here. I think we can throw him off to the side. Unbelievable player. Even with the Astros cheating scandal, he's still a beast. He had his best year in 2019. Rendon at $2 though is very, very tempting. As crazy as this sounds, it's really down to Yelich, Rendon, and Soto for me. I'm going to be crossing out Mike Trout here. For $5 for me, his hitting is just not that much better than the guys that are below him, so why not save some of that money to put towards other categories where maybe I can get a more elite player, which I can't even believe that's a real sentence that I just said, picking against Mike Trout. For this one, I think I have to go with either Juan Soto or Rendon, because again, it is strictly hitting. If there was power involved, I'm probably going to be going Yelich, but because it's just strictly hitting, we're not taking into account power, that's the next category, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto. Juan Soto is just a little bit better of a hitter in my opinion. I think he offers a little bit more than Anthony Rendon. Left-handed bat, hits for a pretty decent average still, gets on base at a very high rate. Anthony Rendon does both of them, but for the $1 difference there, and especially at just the straight up $1 category, Juan Soto's got to be my pick for hitting. For the power category, at $5, you got Aaron Judge, $4 Giancarlo Stanton, $3 Joey Gallo, $2 Pete Alonso, and $1 Nelson Cruz. I'm telling you right now, it is so tempting to take Nelson Cruz. What has this guy done? For like the last 10 seasons of his career, just hit 35 plus homers every single year. He's an absolute beast. He's like 40 years old, and the power has not dropped off one bit. If he didn't take steroids, this dude's a Hall of Famer. Judge at $5, that's a no for me. Aaron Judge has crazy good power, but the guy below him, Giancarlo Stanton, to me has more power than Aaron Judge, and he costs less. So I'm crossing off Aaron Judge immediately. Put an X on that box. We're not going Aaron Judge. Leaves me to that 4 then. Giancarlo, crazy good power, probably some of the best in the league, probably some of the best that we've really ever seen. He just hits baseballs incredibly hard, but I'm going to take into account his availability, his health. He's not always there. At $3, you've got Joey Gallo, who is a basically all or nothing kind of player. You either hit a homer, he gets a walk, or he strikes out. Those are the 3 true outcomes. That's what Joey Gallo does. He's improved on that recently, but his power is still crazy, crazy good. Hits some absolute tape measure shots. Pete Alonso at $2, you guys know I love Pete. He's my favorite player in Major League Baseball, but I think I'm going to pass on Pete right now. We've only seen 1 season of him, and to be fair, it was juiced baseballs. He led the majors in homers, but I'm going to pass up on Pete. And even though I like Nelson Cruz, I'm not going to go Nelson Cruz at $1. So it's really down to Giancarlo and Joey Gallo for me. Ugh, this is so tough, but I think I'm going to end up going with Giancarlo Stanton. It was very, very close. I wanted to take Joey Gallo, but I think when I go through my mind and think about the players, their power, Giancarlo Stanton is just unmatched. He hits the baseball, has a different sound when he hits it off his bat. He absolutely crushes balls when he makes contact, and I feel like he does make contact a little bit more often than Joey Gallo. So I'm going Giancarlo Stanton. We're $5 into our $15 budget, but we've got the hitting and the eye of Juan Soto thus far and the power of Giancarlo Stanton. That alone sounds like an all-star MVP candidate player, but we still got some more players to go through. We still got some more categories. Let's take a look at speed now. For speed, at $5, $5, we've got Byron Buxton. At $4, we've got Trey Turner. $3, Ronald Acuna. $2, Adalberto Mondesi. And $1, Malik Smith. So for this one, I can use like physical statistics to prove why I'm going to be making this choice. Not that I couldn't use stats before, but I have like exactly how fast these guys can run. On a ball that's put into play, I can see how fast they're going to move. So let's take a look at the StatCast numbers and figure out who's going to be the best guy for my value. So interestingly enough, according to 2019 StatCast, Trey Turner actually technically ran faster than Byron Buxton by 0.1 feet per second, which is very marginal. You're not going to be able to tell that difference between the two, but in this kind of scenario, in this kind of video, in this kind of game, when you are getting budgets for each player, that automatically crosses Byron Buxton off the board. He is technically slower than Trey Turner according to StatCast numbers from last year, so why would I pay $1 extra to get a guy who's basically the same speed? Crossing Byron Buxton off, we're going with Trey Turner at least for right now. Acuna comes in as the 23rd fastest player in Major League Baseball in 2019, so for the $1 difference there, it's basically a foot per second. That is a perceivable difference. I'm not going to be picking Ronald Acuna. We're crossing him off the list right now. Trey Turner, it's going to be hard to beat him at that $4. Here's where it gets interesting though, because at $2, we've got Adalberto Mondesi, who is 29.9 feet per second running. Trey Turner's 30.4. Do I want to save the $2 there on Adalberto Mondesi to get 0.5 feet per second less, basically half a foot? Or do I want to spend that extra $2, get that speed that Trey Turner has because it is elite? He is the number 2 fastest player in baseball, only behind Tim LeCastro. It's interesting to think about there. Something I'm gonna have to consider, but let's check out that $1 guy, Malik Smith, who comes in at 28th. That's incredibly fast. 29.4 feet per second is crazy fast. Obviously, we know Malik Smith has wheels, but why not go with Adalberto Mondesi for an extra $1? So it's really down between Mondesi and Turner. I'm $5 in right now. I've got 3 more categories left. So I'm going to take Trey Turner here. For the extra $2, I'm going to take the extra feet per second. I've got the budget to play with. I'll spend the $2 for the extra feet per second. I'm in. So far we've got elite eye and batting at the plate, elite power, and we have got the second fastest player in baseball, which means we have $6 left to spend on fielding and arm. And honestly, based on what I'm seeing, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy. This creative player is looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Fielding wise, at $5 got Cody Bellinger, $4 got Javi Baez, $3 Mookie Betts, $2 Andrelton Simmons, and $1 Lorenzo Cain. And I can tell you right now, Lorenzo Cain, no, it's not happening at $1. Not the right choice. If you pick Lorenzo Cain, I'm sorry, you're picking wrong. $5 for Cody Bellinger feels a bit high. He has the versatility. He can play multiple positions at a very high level. Crazy athletic. You put him in the outfield, there's very few balls he's not getting to as a cannon of an arm. But I think $5 is not the right spot for him. So we're going to pass up on him, especially because that would eat up pretty much the rest of our budget left of the $6. Javi Baez, phenomenal fielder at shortstop, but at $4, I'm not crazy about that price, especially with the 2 guys that are listed below him who could arguably be considered better fielders by some people, or at least close enough. And when you're talking about the budget thing here, I'm going to save some money and get a very similar player. So not going with Javi Baez, not going with Bellinger, not going with Lorenzo Cain. It's pretty much down to Mookie Betts and Andrelton Simmons. $3 for Mookie Betts, you're getting possibly the best defensive outfielder in all of baseball. Great arm, gets to everything. He's just a fantastic fielder. Could play second base too if you want him to. That's not his position. He's not great at it anymore, but in theory, he could play there. Some nice versatility. And at $3, you're getting, again, like I said, one of the best defensive outfielders in baseball. Basically the middle price in this game. And with $6 left, that feels like a good price. But then you look at Andrelton Simmons, and you've got one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball all time. Definitely one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball right now. Is he getting a little bit older? Is he losing a little bit of range? Yeah, he's not as great as he once was, but he is still absolutely disgusting in the field. Cannon of an arm. It is a very, very tough choice here. Neither of these, I think, in my opinion, are going to be wrong. Based on the type of player that I built, I feel like the speed is going to be a lot more useful if I have a guy going into the outfield, which would be what Mookie Betts' fielding essentially is. I feel like the Trey Turner speed with Mookie Betts' glove in the outfield. How is a ball ever going to drop when it's hit his way? Just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So I think I'm going to go with Mookie Betts at $3 here. To me, that just feels like the right choice, especially for like the kind of player that I'm creating. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about it too much, but we're going with Mookie Betts' fielding, which leaves us with $3 left for the arm. Matt Chapman and Ramon Laureano at 5 and 4. I would have loved to use one of those guys. Ramon Laureano's got the best arm in baseball, absolute cannon. We have seen the insane throws that he has made. He literally can throw the ball, I think, from center field to home plate on a fly, and probably could throw it a little even further. Just crazy good arm. But obviously we can't use him. And Matt Chapman, great arm at third base, but he's not our choice either because, again, budget-wise, can't use him. So it's down to Victor Robles, Bryce Harper, and Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa, you've got the best arm arguably at shortstop in baseball. Absolute cannon. Dude throws crazy hard. You've got Bryce Harper, who's a former catcher. He's got a great arm to begin with, and we saw him hose out a ton of runners this year in right field, just baiting guys, being like, yeah, you want to test this arm? Take a look at this. And then you got Victor Robles, who is a little less accurate. You're kind of giving up some accuracy sometimes with Victor Robles. Tends to miss some cutoff mans, tends to overthrow some guys, but boy, does that ball travel. Do I care about the accuracy, or do I just want a guy who can just have an absolute hose? That's the real question here, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm taking the absolute hose. We're not going to need the accuracy. We're building the best player that we possibly can, and Victor Robles' arm combined with the fielding of Mookie Betts, all the other guys guys that I've put in, that is a scary good center fielder. That is about as good of a baseball player as you're going to be able to find. Probably better than Mike Trout, which, I mean, it should be. Mike Trout's an actual human, and this is a Frankenstein human that I made based on the best traits from players around the league, which just speaks to how good Mike Trout is just in general, that it's even a conversation that you can make a Frankenstein player and compare him to Mike Trout. But I want to know how you guys build your player. Let me know in the comment section down below. Who did you choose at each category? How did you build your player with the $15 budget? Something new, something different on the channel. We're trying it out. If you guys want to see more of this, I am more than happy to do it. I love talking about this, building players, building teams, whatever you want to call it. So leaving a like on the video is the best way to show me that you want to see more of this. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. On our way to 150K. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You can send me your list or graphics that you make on there for budgets and players. And I think that's where I'm going to wrap up today's video. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video right here, as well as this is my most recent upload. So click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.